So welcome again to another webinar regarding dreams. Here we are talking about unlocking your future with 100% opportunities in the USA. So as a way of introduction, I don't know who will go first. Should we go alphabetically, A before F? I don't know who wants to take the first shot. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Don't go too deeply because I'm gonna hold you guys for some minutes. I'm gonna drill you, squeeze out as much as I can to help out my people here. So let's start with Claire. Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Nacho Amarachi Claire, a graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I graduated in the year 2017. Yes. And after my graduation, just like most of you that will be like, maybe she has been in one chemical industry and all, I started working in a non-governmental, private organization actually that deals with public contracts. So I was basically just filing papers, doing secretary jobs and all. And then, yes, it was that way. And that should be it.
Okay.
I'm currently in the USA, Missouri University of Science and Technology, doing my PhD from BSc Chemistry. Sometimes I feel it's a dream, but then I realize, yeah, I'm still here. Well, it's not. Yeah, that's me.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Amarachi. I prefer to call you Claire anyways. Which one do you prefer?
Claire is fine.
Okay.
Claire is fine Nigerians, but then here in the US, Amarachi is preferred.
Are you serious? When I moved to Canada, right? My name is Chukwebuka, thank God, Onyema. So at the point of entry, I presented my passport. So my first name was difficult for the guy to pronounce. So he said, "Can I call you Thank God?" I said, "Why not? Whatever rocks your boat." He said, "Okay, this is my first time of sharing that. So whatever will make him happy and let me go." I said, "Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Go with Thank God. Just leave me alone, man." So
yeah,
that's
most
why
people here keep telling me that the R in my name, it's difficult to pronounce.
absolutely, yeah.
That would I prefer to be called Claire? And I'll be like, no, please do not call me Claire. Claire is my middle name. Stress yourself and call me Amarachi.
Yeah, it also interests you to know that there are some things we, as immigrants, we used to do. At some point, I had to move my name from Chukwebuka to Thank God. Okay. So there's somebody I discussed with. So he told me that if your name is too difficult for an employer to, a recruiter first to pronounce, they wouldn't bother themselves going in or going further. Sometimes. So if they have two or more people with the same qualification, credential, and everything, and someone's name is a lot easier for them to remember and go by, they will go with the person. So I was shocked. So the person gave me a figure and told me, okay, check around you. How many people answer David? So David is a name that anybody can easily remember and call. So if you go to many establishments, you see them going with their English name. David, Christian, Peter, Paul. It's not that they don't have a native name. Unlike maybe Indians that have just two names, first name and last name. So I had to move. And immediately I had to move. Some people, because of that name, they will stop to ask a second question and will take it from there. Rather than running away that, oh, I can't pronounce this guy's name. Oh, thank God. I haven't heard of that. Tell me about it. Okay, so that's like somewhere we need to, start talking. So those are the few things, people do around here to get into the industry and be efficient. Okay, thanks for that. Favor, what about you? What's your journey like? When did you start?
Okay. My name is Favor. And I graduated from Nnamdi University in 2019. Since then, I was teaching. I actually taught in different schools. I taught further maths in one school, and then I taught normal general and basic technology in another school, and then I'm here.
Thank you for those introductions. Did you lose Amarachi? She went up. Okay, let's move on with you, Favor, while we wait for Amarachi to rejoin. Now, what was it like moving from a bachelor's straight to a PhD program? What was the journey like? I believe, what did you do? Let's do it that. What did you do differently? Because I know a lot of people, once they finish bachelor's, the next thing is I'll need to do my master's, okay, before I go for a PhD. What was your journey like? What happened in between?
Okay, I was able to like get information that I can get into PhD from my bachelor's. And another thing was that I have a good profile because after my undergraduate, I met with my undergraduate supervisor. I told her I would like to work on some projects with her, and she agreed. So I had like 4 publications, although it's not first author, but I had like 4 publications. I had like volunteering skill, I did a lot of volunteering. So I think it all boosted my CV like for a PhD program.
Okay. Same question to you, Amarachi. What happened in between your bachelor's and PhD? Did you do a master's?
No, there was no master's. Sorry about my net, my device though, I went off. So
Okay.
I didn't go for master's, but then like her has, but anyway, she had like 4 publications. I had just 1.
Okay.
So, but yeah, publications helps, right? But I didn't have much publications. What I did was I worked initially with a pharmaceutical institute in Idu in Abuja there. Yeah, they deal with a plant research. It's a traditional plant research institute. So I worked with them for a while, and even after I worked with them when I was in my IT. So after my IT, my supervisor back then, I kept working with him. Even though the papers I helped write has not been published, he kept telling me, you know how supervisors in Nigeria are sometimes. So I didn't I didn't really want to like keep track of it and all. So, but then it gave me the ideas that I needed to furnish my SOP with the right words and the right experience. So even while I was working with the contract company that I was working with in Abuja, I was still like a volunteer there. So once in a while I go there, I check out what he's doing. But most times I just help with his paperwork because I'm not always available to be in the lab. Yeah. So, but there was no masters.
Wow. So 2 things that I got from you guys now is 1, publication. Let me ask. It's not everybody that actually, let's be frank with each other now. Some of our undergrad projects are copy and paste. Yeah, so it's not everybody. we remember, we copy, we paste. So it's a moment of truth now. Let's say somebody did that copy and paste now, and there's no publication that is coming out of that research in quote. How would I like personally bridge that gap if I'm in that position? If I have no publication now, you've mentioned volunteering, right? That could also be something to bridge that gap. I know many people that are in that position. What can you tell as an insider? How do we bridge that gap? If I don't have a publication, how do I help out myself? I'll favor first.
Okay, I think getting a good work experience is good. Like if you are working somewhere that is closely related to what you want to do, like the course you want to study, is a plus. Then writing GRE, a good GRE score is also a plus.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very correct. Even when you don't have publications, you should have experience. Because what these people are after, in as much as they want to see your CCGP, right? But they still want to like know that you have an idea. You're not just coming blunt, right? So you should have an experience. You should have something that says, yeah, after my bachelor's, or I had experience working with this, I have experience. It may just be little. May just be little because I remember when my supervisor here interviewed me, or my supposedly supervisor, because I had to change her when I got to the US.
I can relate.
Right.
So when she interviewed me, I just told her I don't really have much. I was blunt though, because most people will say try and tell them things. I told her the experience I have is just with extraction. I was helping people, the professors, extract nutrients from plants, but I never really worked with those equipment because they never allowed interns to work with them. But I saw them and I saw them do it. But when I described she was like, I should describe the project to her. So I described the project from the beginning to the end of it. And she was like, wow, if you can still remember everything you did in this project, it means that you were really involved in the process. And that was what clicked, I guess, because then it wasn't up to a week after the interview and I got my offer letter. So experience matters. And then writing GRA opens better opportunities. It's not like when you don't write GRA that you won't get the admission, right? But when you write GRA, schools that wants to know that you still have something upstairs, like you can actually do simple maths, you can speak good English and all. So because GRA is just basically English and maths. So they want to know that you can pass. So by the time they see a good result from GRA, they'll be like, okay, this person has potential, let's hire. If there is someone with GRA and someone without GRA, the only thing that could actually make them hire someone without GRA is the experience now. You could have that good GRA score, but without any experience, they'll be like, without the experience, we'll have to like start training you from zero. But with your experience, they will know that at least you know what to do. You have worked in such research environments before. So that's it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think another thing that helps is selling yourself, because I had that issue when I did, like, I left school 2019. My first series of application was in 2021. So during that period, I applied, but I didn't get in. But I noticed that the issue was I wasn't selling myself enough in my CV and my SOP. So you may have the skills, you may have the experience and all that. And another thing is online courses. Online courses help. Like if you take the Coursera courses that is related to what you want to do, I think it also helps. And also selling yourself, having like a good CV, because they don't know you. If you don't tell them about you, they don't know you. Yeah.
Absolutely. A closed mouth is a closed destiny.
And again, I equally want to say, be like Favor, don't be like me. Because I graduated 2017, right? And I had these opportunities. Most of my friends, Cheesy, you should know Chizoba, she sent me link and all. And she was like, Amarachi, move now, leave this place. And I felt comfortable where I was, right? So I just fashioned the whole thing. I was like, I beg, what do I know that I'm even going there to do? So I just left it there. I did not try. It was until last year that I was like, Marachi, you haven't even tried this thing. So why will you say it won't work? Like I already positioned myself that it's not possible for me to get this before I even started, right? So do not even think that maybe because you feel you have their requirements. Because when I heard of the whole US migration thing, I was told that you have to have first class and all. And I wasn't a first class student. So I kept telling myself, Marachi, you just scale through and graduate. It's not really scaling through because I had a 21, but it's not first class. So what do you even want to go and start trying? This application costs money and all. So why do you have to try? Just leave it. So I left it. It's until Nigeria started Nigeria in me. Nigeria started shaking me. And I was like, I'm about to pick up this idea and try it. Don't just leave it there to lie. So I tried.
Right. Because you know what they say, if you
like Favor, please give it a try. Don't just come to this webinar, listen to this webinar, and then just let it go. Try it. Let it be that you tried, but you did not. I'm sure if you try it, you definitely get offers. It may not be the offer you want, and then you will be like, this offer is not suitable for me. I don't want to take it. But you will definitely get offer. Sure.
Right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Somebody is asking in the meeting chat. That reminds me, keep dropping those questions, please. Somebody said, what is, okay, I think you meant, what is GRE?
It's record exam.
Okay. So it's like, do I put it like a qualification,
Jam.
or it's like a jam per se,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah,
like
it's
an
something that.
examination that kind of shows you out there that you have the ability to do a graduate program in the US. Some
Yes.
schools, they have a benchmark. Okay, some of them are not very strict with the benchmarks. I remember I wrote a lot of all these exams before, both IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, but I was scared to write SAT. So I ran away. That mindset of his heart, which was holding down people, I decided not to. And till today, I think I still regret that, Some of my guys that went through writing SAT and all that. So personally for me, it was about money then per se, because
Yes.
it was costly, having the background I have, a very humble background. I didn't have money to afford all of them. But some of them that I
Yeah.
wrote, some worked, some didn't work. But in life, you keep pushing. Okay. Somebody is
But then let
saying,
me even shock you about this GRA thing, right?
yeah, tell
Because
me.
when when people say write GRA, the GRA thing was one of the reasons why I didn't want to try. But then I
Yeah, me
decided to
too.
try. And then I went ahead. Let me just tell you, I went ahead and I wrote GRA. And I failed woefully. Not woefully per se, because when I sent my results to my friends that were already here, they were like, you are just in the middle. Like they don't want to discourage me at all. I scored like 270, 294. Yeah, 294. And the average here should be like from 300 upwards. So when I saw the score, I was like, oh my gosh, Amarachi. My
It's
mom was like,
finished.
you are not supposed to try this thing. You have decided to try. You have lost. I spent 100,000 registering for that exam.
Wow.
And I was like, I should have even used the money for something better. But then, at the second thought, I said, I've started this journey, even with this low score GRA. Amarachi, try. There are schools that don't even need the GRA for you to apply.
Yes.
Do not give
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
I didn't take GRE because
You see?
for me, like I came from humble background, so I did like it was costly for me, so I didn't take it. So what I did in my application was I avoided schools that require GRE. So once I see this
Absolutely.
particular school required, I'll just go for another. Yeah.
Smart.
And that was exactly what I did as well. I avoided schools. So you have to be sure. You have to know your grades. Do not go and rush with people that are above you. Go for schools that will tell you
Don't worry.
GRA or not
Let's just
GRA.
hold it
Please
there. Hold it there. Don't
apply.
worry. We'll still get to that point. We'll still get to that point. So I can see your questions in the chat, but I want to squeeze out more from these young ladies before we tend to delve into those questions. Now, you've talked about taking your chances. That is very important. Now, sometimes we don't know. That's why we're not taking those chances, or we are doing it the wrong way. Now, I've seen people make a lot of mistakes and they will tell you, okay, I can't do this. I don't have money to go about it because I need to pay an agent. I need to pay this to do this for me. So I would like to know, how much did you guys spend to get this? Favor. Okay. Amarachi, let's see.
Okay.
No,
Basically,
favor should go first.
okay,
Yeah.
basically, before it got to the visa part, I think the only money I spent is buying data for my application. Yeah, I didn't like spend much or anything. Yes.
Okay. For the visa, you said before getting to the visa part.
Before I got admission and
Okay.
now I have to like process the visa and the service fee and all that. I didn't pay any money. It was just me and my device buying data and all that. So I just have to like be online because one thing that helped me was I think information is the key. Like
Absolutely.
information is just the key. I know I wasn't like financially stable enough. So I went for schools that don't require application fee. Yes, I avoided schools that require application fee because I know I can't afford it. So it just like depends on what you have and how you want to do it.
Okay, what was your story?
Okay, just same line with Favor. But I think I didn't even I might not have spent much money like she spent because I was basically using the data in the office where I work. So
let your boss not hear this one.
So the US time, when it's 3 our side is their morning. So once it's 3
Yes.
p.m., I start doing my application, sending code, email, and all. So I did not spend any money. I only had to just come to the office. So my one is going to the office and using the office data to my advantage. So like Favor said, information is key. If you don't know these things that they do exist, you will think that it's impossible. You think it's not reachable. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Just give it a try. Go out there, try it. After this webinar, by the time you get this lots of information, digest it, take your time, try it, and you find yourself getting offers. Trust me.
Yes, and there are so many information everywhere because I know I utilized a lot of, once I see any seminar that has to do with US, I'm already
Okay.
in it. And also I used a lot of YouTube because it's in seminars like this that you can hear this particular school give application fee waiver, or there is no application for this one. I'll quickly like put it down and then go to the school or something.
Absolutely.
And again, some persons, you shouldn't just be like, there are some persons that when you even tell them that this school offers application fee waiver, and then they go online and check, and then they're like, how do I even get the waiver? You should try as much as you can to learn how to email professors, email people in the school. Don't just sit back, because some persons will tell you, that school where you sent for me. But I have some persons that actually want me to like help them get it. But then you send them a school and say this school has an admission fee, and they'll be like, when is their deadline? Like you should be able to, you should be able to check websites and find information for your. Don't be scared. Are you scared? You and your own laptop, your own system, and you're scared to get information from me. And the person will be like, okay, which professor? I don't even know which one. How do I send this email? Start somewhere.
And it's also about like I said, information and like knowing what you want, prioritizing it. Because in 2021, when I was applying, I wasn't really like intentional about let me just apply, because so I just prepared my SOP myself, my CV myself, apply. But by 2022, I was intentional. I had like to send my CV for review, SOP for review, and this kind of thing. I was intentional, searching online, using YouTube, any other like means. Like it's about you prioritizing it, like taking it like very important.
Nice.
And again, please,
that's
part of reviewing your CV and SOP is very important. Do not think that you know English very well, that you are an expert. Please look for someone. That is why you have this webinar. Send out your CV, send out your SOP for someone else to take a better look at it. Do not think that you have done it all well. It never works.
True. That reminds me, nobody's above mistake, right? Even the English native speakers, they still hire reviewers. Yeah, for sure. And a typical example is, there was a last post I made in my WhatsApp group. Instead of using plural, it's optional for me. I would have said registrations are, or registration is. So I wrote registration and I added are. When I now saw it, for me to change it, the time has passed. So I couldn't edit that. So it simply is an are, okay? So it was somebody that said, oh, go back and change this thing. You misplaced your is and your are. So it happens. Nobody is above mistakes. Secondly, some of the things you write by yourself, you can most hardly pinpoint your error. But if a second eye looks at it, it will jump out at the person. That is very true. Now, at this juncture, our time is fast spent. We have a lot to talk about. That reminds me, when you said send out your thing for somebody to review, Favor was the only person among, I've lost count of people I've given recommendation letters in this my short life. She was the only person that emailed me requesting for a recommendation letter and added her CV. So let me tell you the fact. I was very busy that period, but I said, oh, this student that took time to push me by adding CV, telling me why I should write. let me squeeze out time. I haven't told you this before. If not for that resume you added, I would have said, sorry, I'm busy, find somebody else. But because you went that extra mile to sell yourself and convince me, even if you are busy, I am worth your time. So I would like to encourage anybody, things are not given at a platter of gold. You must sell yourself to get what you want. Now, let me clear that part.
And again, I want to just add for those that are listening, do not mind Dr. Yema, whether he's busy or not, he will definitely write you a good comment later. Yes. Not that he's busy, it's not true. He's always ever ready to assist.
Yeah,
there are
professors
that you will send an email to, especially there in Nigeria, and your email will sit with them for days, weeks, and you will not get it. You will call them, they will see your calls, they will not respond. So please, I give it to you. Yeah.
All right.
With your busy schedules, you find time to do these things. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Now let's clear the part of all these exams. You've talked about GRE is not compulsory, but if you have it, it can give you that extra step above others. What about IELTS and TOEFL? Do I need these exams? If no, how do I go around it? If yes, then definitely, if yes, it's clear, go and write it. But if no, how do I, circumvent this? Any of you guys can jump in. Do I need IELTS and TOEFL? Is it mandatory?
Okay, I think it depends on the country you're going to. If you are going to, I think it's UK that require IELTS. And then for TOEFL, it depends on, the thing is, it depends on the school you are applying to. Some schools require, is like compulsory you have it. So, and also I think it will, if you don't have because most people be like that, you have to have a 2-1 or a first class to apply. I've seen people that have 2-2 that apply and got in. So I think if you don't have like a good CGPA, taking GRE and TOEFL will be like, it's very important for you. I think it's necessary you take that.
Right. So it's just like you're adding something extra to try to fill in the gap where you're not that good. Try to fill up that place with something positive. Okay, I believe that's same for you, Amarachi, right?
Yes, that's same for me. And then it equally depends, like she said earlier, the background you're coming from, a humble background, and you have a 2-1, you don't have a 2-2, you have a strong 2-1. You don't have money to register for all these exams. Please go ahead and apply. There are schools that will not need them. Look for schools that will not need these exams and apply to them. Me, what I used was the English proficiency from UNIZIG. I did not write any English exam.
I also got that. Also, there are organizations that sponsor that, like there is Michael Taiwo Scholarship. I think they sponsor GRE for their recipients, and there is ISI, iScholar Initiative, and there is Edu USA. The three of them, they do sponsor that. Although I've been trying I tried Michael Taiwo right from 2019. I tried 2020. I did not get it. Yeah. So what you can try out, just because I didn't get it doesn't mean another person, you can actually get it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now to look at the chat and answer a lot. Our time is fast spent. Someone is saying, please, is this opportunity for science-based students? I graduated with a 2-1 in modern European languages. Is this opportunity only for science students? I can tell you off the bat, is not. The thing is, if you are looking for something in the social sciences or management sciences, fine. Those are also available. So this knowledge is also applicable across board. But the thing is this, some of the examinations you might write as a science student to qualify might be different from those in management sciences, social sciences, but scholarships are bound. The same technique, the same principle will cut across all of them. So I don't know if you have more to add, Favor or Amarachi, on this question.
I think you said it all.
Okay, so the second question here says, please, if you want to do a drug discovery related course and publication you did is on pollution in water, on water. How do you go about it if you want to market yourself? Drug discovery. Justina, if I start discussing this is about packaging and all that, it will go beyond the scope of this. If you can hit me up later, I'll tell you how to package this. I'll look at the publication you did and I'll try to relate it to drug discovery. And there's what you call transferable skills. Let me just put it out there. If, for example, there's a tool you use in your analysis on water pollution, let's say you use HPLC. That same HPLC is also will find usage in drug discovery. So definitely you did not discover drug when you are talking about pollution on water, but use a tool that is similar, as a tool that you can also use during the drug discovery process. That is also somewhere you can hang upon and argue your case and sell yourself. So this is what I will quickly answer this. Then I can squeeze out time to tell you more how to sell yourself. But think about it. What can I transfer from my research in pollution on water to drug discovery vis-a-vis common tools across the two? Okay. The third question here, I will take some, then I'll ask you some. How did you guys really jump MSc to PhD? Tell us.
Is that a question? Is that a question? Is that one of the questions?
Yeah, I can screenshot and send to you. How did you guys jump from BSc to, sorry, jump MSc to PhD? Tell us, please. We want to know.
Okay.
Okay.
I applied. Here in the US, you don't really need MSc to get PhD scholarship, fully funded. Please remember that word, fully funded. Yeah. So, but if you want, there are MSc programs, right? So if you want to go for MSc, you can go for MSc. But the disadvantage is that with MSc, you might not be getting fully funded scholarship.
Yes.
You could get partial, like 50%. You could as well get as much as 75%. And I think that I've heard instances of persons that got full funded masters, but it's rare. It could be like 0.1 in 100. So, but if it's PhD that you are going for, because they need you. The truth is that these people need you to come and work for them.
Exactly.
They need you to come and teach their students. They need you to come and occupy some space, like do work for them. So they need, and if you are doing masters within 2 years, you are done and you want to leave. So what have you really, you have not really done anything to them. You've not contributed to their system. So, but when you want to go for PhD, they are eager to accept you. That's it. So we did not do any magic. There was no magic. There was no magic.
And that reminds me, that's why
as a matter of fact, I did not know any professor that is my uncle or my auntie in the US. Yeah.
Yeah, I also like to add, the US is they actually like research. So they would like to sponsor people that are coming for research than for masters. My school, and like PhD is full funded, like for my department, but for masters there is no funding. You have to like sponsor yourself.
Yeah, my school too, masters, zero funding. If I wait you when you're looking for a job in the department for them to help you get it, like maybe teaching us, they will tell you that they prioritize their PhD students.
Exactly.
That's true. Because some of the funding, just put yourself in the shoes of these professors. Let's say, for example, they got a funding from an agency to do a research somewhere to solve a problem. They can't afford to just take those thousands of dollars to give somebody that will just spend a year or two and you're off and the project will not be done. So research takes time. So they will prefer, okay, let me invest in somebody who will spend 4 years with me at least to be able to solve and answer this question, because they need to answer. They will account for that funding they got. They are not paying you from their own pocket. They got a grant from somewhere which they will use to pay the students, sponsor this, but they have to get a result. It's like they're investing in you, right? So you must yield something at the end of the day, maybe through publications and things like that. But remember, like they said, these guys, they need people to come and work for them. So that's why I tell people, don't go in beggarly. Please help me. I need to leave Nigeria. Nigeria is not good. Show that you have a solution. You have an answer to their problem. And how do you know? Go into their website, see their publications, read about it, and package your thing correctly. Somebody is also asking another interesting question, but can I repeat PhD? Fully funded, this is good. Can I repeat PhD, as the case may be? Now, from a vantage point of view, I tried personally repeating PhD. One question the professor asked me was, why?
Oh, okay.
He emailed me and said, why? So I sat on that why for days. I don't even know how to. But within me is because I needed that funding, at least to keep me for some years. Let's see, you are doing something, they're paying you 50,000 in a year. That's like 1 year salary of a full-time employee somewhere. And you're just getting it for being a student, that you are being paid for to study. So I wanted that free money, in quote. But deep down, it's not what I will tell you. So he just said, why? I couldn't answer the why, and that was it. I said, no, you don't need to. But if you feel, but my question is, why do you need to repeat? I understand. Maybe your PhD was done in Nigeria, and you feel that how do I put this to make sense now? You feel that, okay, that is the only avenue for me to get this funding is do another PhD. Your chances are slim. From my own perspective and my experience, it's very slim. I will advise you, why not go for a postdoctorate? There are also funding opportunities for that. Why not try that as well? But you can as well, if you want to do another postgraduate in a different area, fine. Just get your justification. But sometimes, or most times, so based on my personal experience, they will foot drag to give you a second PhD, except you want to tell a lie, but I don't propagate that. Let your thing be clean. Find a reason to justify why you want to do another one. But I will advise, if they have postdoc opportunities, which some of them do, go in for that. Okay. So, that is, I still have a lot of questions in the chat section, but there's something in my mind I want to squeeze out from both of you. Okay, before we run. Even if we don't finish today, if guys are interested, we can do a part 2. If you guys still have time to share with us, please. You guys are busy. I appreciate you coming here tonight. Somebody is saying, in a nutshell, okay, I'll come back to that. That might be the last thing we'll answer, and we'll call it a day tonight. I have a lot to ask. Now, why did you settle for your program? How did you now? Because there are a lot of programs out there, okay? The programs you choose, not all programs are fundable. Let me put it that way. There are programs you will do, fundings or funders will be a little bit less than the other one. Now, how did you guys choose, or why did you settle? Did you do it because it was your field in bachelor's degree, or did you do a research? What did you do? How did you settle for these programs? Any of you can jump in.
Okay. I think you should go ahead first, Amarati.
Oh no, I was actually waiting for you to go ahead first. Okay.
If it's based on maybe because you did chemistry before, then fine.
I did chemistry in my undergrad, and I liked chemistry, sincerely, yeah. Because it was not like I was pushed into chemistry. So when I wanted to further, most persons were like, go for any other engineering, chemical engineering. People, you can even get chemical engineering from chemistry or any other discipline, PhD direct even. I've seen a guy here, he's in chemical engineering and he has chemistry from Abia State University or so, yeah, from Nigeria. So, but me, I like chemistry and I wanted to go for chemistry. But then what I needed was, to be sincere, I wanted something that has to do with drug delivery, not because I want to research on drug delivery, it's because that was what I worked on during my IT. So I was like, well, when I come, so that I'll have somewhere I could start with, something I know. But believe in me, if you come here for PhD, there is nothing like something you know. Those ideas you feel you know and all, it's zero. You feel you are good with this aspect of chemistry. You will come here and see one assignment that will take you 1 month. Sorry, 1 week, because you don't even have that kind of extension before you submit the assignment.
Yeah.
So that was when I had to talk to myself, like, it's not really about what I feel I know before I came. I am just like a black book, a fertile land, a virgin land. So I have to then be careful of what I would choose, what research area I would choose, even though I've already chosen chemistry, right? I'm in chemistry. But then there are so many research areas in that chemistry. So I have to be sure that whatever I'm going into, it's no longer because I feel I know it, because it's obvious that I don't know anything. So let it be something that will give me money in the future. So that was when I even had to reach out to you, because I was like, I'm seeing so many billboards that has beautiful, amazing, they will design it the way you will like it and all. So what I would say is, I went for chemistry because chemistry interests me right from the start, but then the field I choose has to do with where will give me more better livelihood in the future, not to finish PhD and then I'm struggling to get a job here, or finish PhD and then I'm packing my bag back to Nigeria.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Favor, is there anything different? Well, our time is fast spent.
Okay. Yeah, almost the same thing. Yeah.
Almost same thing. Now, let me ask this. How many applications did you make, Favor, in total?
Okay, I made a total of 11. Like, it's actually 9 plus Erasmus. I did 2 applications for Erasmus, so it's 11. Yeah.
11. Then out of that 11, how many yeses did you get?
Just 2 and
Just
1
2.
wait list. Yeah.
You know what? Why I'm asking is this. Some people will put out 3, 4, 5, and they will give up.
That was the mistake I made last year.
Okay.
That was actually the mistake I made last year. Last year, I only applied for 1. And my friend told me actually, but I was so intense, I need to like get it right and let me just go for 1. And I was placed on wait list and that was it. I actually like regretted like applying for 1. So yeah.
So Amarachi, how many did you put out?
I am not like Favor. That is why I said be like Favor. Yeah. I applied to 5.
Okay.
I think 2 of them was incomplete application because they told me there is application fee waiver. I got to the end and I saw pay money. I imaged graduate assistants and coordinators and they said they can't waive. So I ended it there. So the other 3 went through and then I got 1 yes.
Okay. So it means that it's different stories for different individuals, right?
Yeah.
So
yes, but
usually,
then I may want to say it's better to apply to as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if you have good, because in Nigeria, you will want to succeed. You will have someone that will just have to write a letter for you. The person will not even want to try. Okay, I said I did not pay any money to apply. I actually paid for recommendation letters to some persons. Yeah.
Wow.
Favor, you are shocked, right?
Wow.
The day
I
heard
I
about
that
it,
part.
I was shocked.
I was told that it's for printing. There is no light. I need light to buy that. I need money to buy data. I need money to print for you. And that I paid, yes. So if you have good persons at your corner that are ready to write recommendation letters for you, please apply to 18 schools, 20 schools. Again, I have a friend here. For some of you that have just PhD that would think it's not possible with PhD. She got PhD in physics. She has a HND as her background.
Amazing.
So in case you have HND here and you're only talking about BSc, it's not true. But this girl applied to 18 schools and she got 3 years. Amazing. So she had to start choosing which one she wants. She's here in my school. So you don't think that because you have only BSc that you can't do it. It's not true. You can do it. Go ahead. Yes. Send out your application. Just make sure you send as much as you can.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. You know, the thing is this, nobody will know you except you go out there to be known. Okay?
Yeah.
If you sit at home, nobody will give you any opportunity. But apply and apply strategically. Don't apply shabbily, because this is like a competition. As you are doing it, another person is doing it. Put your best foot forward. That's what I would say about it.
I want to also add something. I think following instruction actually helps, because some school will say just one page. I made that mistake, so I wouldn't like others. Some school will just say one page SOP, 2-page CV, and then if you apply with more than, I think it just gives you like you're out already.
For sure.
Yeah.
If
you will not even get to the considerations stage. The computer will just kick you out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, it's interesting to see the questions we are getting. Somebody is requesting, can we get an A to Z of what to really do? The issue about this is, I'm sorry to say, but our people like things to be on a platter of, how do I put it, ready-made, like filling the blank spaces. Just put everything, let me put my name and I'll keep going.
There is no A to Z.
There is no A to Z. There's no step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. The issue is, if you have the right information, start and keep going. I will not tell you step 1, open your laptop. Step 2, Google this school. Step 3, apply for, contact your HOD for recommendation letter. Step 4, no. It doesn't work that way. But if you listen to the entire conversation, do your own research, you will have a clear picture of what to do and how to do it. But for us to here tell you this is 1 to 10 steps of successfully getting a fully, no, brother, sister, it doesn't work that way. For me, that's what I think. I don't know for our guests. Do you guys have A to Z, step 1 to 10?
I would say no, because it's actually differ. For example, I have a friend that had to like email professor before starting application. I applied before emailing professor. So it's not like it's just for you to know what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just start somewhere. That is what I would say. Start somewhere. Do not wait for a full list. Some persons, they will even make a list of schools they want to apply to, and then they start, I have applied to number 1, number 2, number 3, and all. Start somewhere. Your own method will be different from mine, but it's just be guided. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but I actually did that. I actually, like, I was intentional about my application. So I made a list of schools I want to apply. That doesn't mean I did not add and remove, because there are ones that I'll ask for application with fee waiver. I won't,
and they will say no.
I'll just remove it, add another one. I was like intentional. I want to apply to 10 schools, although I ended up applying to 11.
Nice. Oh.
No, for sure.
Oh, 11, wonderful.
Having target schools, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But the issue, the steps you will take in between, that's what I think the person is saying. A to Z of what to do. You get my point. If I have schools, maybe 5 schools from my research that offer application waiver, fine, I can pen them down somewhere. Okay. But for me to have like a tailor-made 10 steps to applying or to getting, there's nothing like that anywhere. Just have a clear picture of what you want to do. How you can go about it might differ from one person to the other. Okay. Now, another question in the chat box. I have a lot to say, but let me attend to this. Somebody is asking, favor, can you put the sponsor for GRE in the comment box? So you can, as a sponsor you mentioned, if you can't remember now, don't worry, send it to me and I will send it out to them on the platform. The another is saying, I studied industrial chemistry, first degree, MSc, analytical chemistry, but no publications. And my experience then is basically secondary school teaching. How can I benefit from this program? This is an example of one of you. Can't remember, it's Amarachi, right? No, Amarachi was working. It was favor. No. Exactly. When we started, you told your story. This is like, this is your sister. This is your sister. You had publication, but she didn't. So in 30 seconds, can you tell this person how she can benefit, please?
Okay, you having a teaching experience is a plus, because probably you get a teaching assistantship. They want to know if you are to get a teaching assistantship, they would like to know if you have teaching experience. So it's a plus. So I think for this person, selling yourself, you can list the courses, the major courses you did in your master's and your PhD, in your CV and your BSc, in your CV. Then you can take online courses relating to that. But I think you having a master's is already a plus. You just need to like get volunteering experiences. I think it will help you too. Yeah.
Amazing. Volunteering, there's something that if after your resume they see that this person has worked as a volunteer somewhere, is a plus. They might not tell you in the ad, but volunteerism, they value it a whole lot. Charity, things like that, things you do without being paid, they value it. So if you look back, maybe assuming you taught a lesson somewhere, a secondary school math lesson somewhere, and they didn't pay you or something like that, that's an opportunity. It's a volunteering position you can put in there. So there are things we've done in the past that we can also actually put in. Yeah.
Like I have a WhatsApp group where I just like share job opportunities. It was
Right.
also part of the ones I did.
Yeah, for sure. So there are things you can do. Also, another question, we've passed our time. I think we're not able to cover even a whole lot I have for you guys. This is saying MSc programs have application dates and deadlines. Does PhD really have deadlines?
I would say that, the thing is this, it's just for you to know the application window. But most US application, it starts around September and ends around December or ending of January for fall, if you're applying for fall. So you should know that between this time, it can differ. Some may start in October 10 and then ends January 12. But you know, this is the period I should be applying.
For sure, there's an application window, like you rightly said. Some of them will not get you in between. Let's say you have your fall and the winter. You can't just come in between. Their grants are given at a particular point in time in the year. So there are times you will apply, they will tell you no funding. I don't know if you guys experience that.
Yes.
Yeah, that means I have no funding at this time. And they have a specific time for them to retire the amount they collected. Those grants are not like they will get it from their funders and they'll run from it. No, they have to retire it. They have to account for it within a specific time so that they can be able to apply for another one. So there are application windows, even if you don't have like a deadline equal, but you have a window where you put in this. So I don't know. If you want us to continue, you can put yes. If you want us to end, you can end here and we'll plan and beg for a part 2. But before I let you guys go, I would like to know, as a PhD student, like some of us are married. Okay. Somebody said, can we get a part 2, please? Okay. Okay. Please, if you are in for the part 2, just say yes. If you are not, say no, and I will just end with this. Some of us are married on this call, and we are thinking, is it possible while I'm doing this 4 years, 5 years PhD program, can my family members come and join me in the US? Any experience? Yes. If you guys don't have experience, it's okay.
Okay, I don't have experience, but I know there is F2 visa.
Okay.
I am not married, right? But then I have a friend.
Yeah.
My friend, yeah. So, and I've seen persons that are already married here. If you have your F1 visa, your spouse can get an F2 visa to come and join you. Okay. But the only thing is that they are not allowed to work on F2 visa. So if they are coming to join you, it means you are to take care of them while they are here with you. Right? Yes. So like I have a friend of mine. She gained admission this fall with me. So her husband has been here, and he was on F1. So she came and joined him as F2. So she has stayed here for like a year before she gained this admission. So when she gained admission, she had to go back and change her visa type to F1 and then came back. So it's possible for your spouse to join you if you want your spouse. It's what you want.
Right.
If you want your spouse to join you, it's possible for your spouse to join you. Yes. Even should your kids too can join you. I have a friend of mine, Chika. She's telling me that maybe by next year she would want to go back and get her kids. So it's possible.
Wow. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. Thank you so much. We have other issues, but I would like to let people go. I would like to also help Let's Favor and Amarachi go and prepare for Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for spending this time with us. But they are clamoring for a part 2. So I don't wish to put you guys on the spot, but tell us, will you guys be able to give us a part 2? Because I have lots of questions from experience. I need to squeeze out answers that I believe will help people on this call. So please, will you guys be able to give us a part 2? And just tell us, let us know. Sorry for putting you guys on the spot.
Okay, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'll just have to like check my things.
Okay, thank you.
I think we can reach an agreement. Yeah. So.
We are being political now. We can reach an agreement. We can reach an agreement.
It's fine.
It's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that a whole lot. So we are going to call it. I think there's a last pop-up in the chat. Okay, this person is asking a question about jumping to PhD. Does Canada have such? Canada, before you go for their PhD, you have a master's. Those are the things that differ between countries. US, fine, you can skip, but Canada, you cannot. From my experience, you have to do a master's before you go and do a PhD. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I'll put in some links in the chat box. So you can join us through this link. Have a WhatsApp group and have a Facebook page as well to keep up to date. For some other webinars we did, but pertaining to issues around Canada in particular, those videos are available on our YouTube channel, which the link is already in the chat box. So thank you so much, Amarachi and Favor, for joining us tonight. For the part 2, we also like she said, we'll reach an agreement. We'll look for a suitable time and I'll inform you guys on how to go about it. But from the depth of my heart, I appreciate you guys for spending time with us. I believe it was helpful. So if you've learned a thing or two from our section tonight, please reach out and join us on these platforms, spread the good news, and look forward to another section with you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.